Hello, friends. Have you ever strolled into your grandkids' summer barbecue, feeling poised and proud, only to catch a hint of something off? If you're nodding yes, you're not alone. As we journey through our golden years, our bodies evolve in ways that can sometimes surprise us, especially when it comes to staying feeling and smelling fresh. But don't worry. With a few friendly adjustments, you can maintain that confident, ready-to-go feeling every single day. In this series, I'm going to walk you through 7 common hygiene slip-ups that many of us over 60 tend to make, often without even realizing it. These aren't about vanity. They're about good health, comfort, and preserving the joy of every moment. Whether you're dancing at your community center's line dancing night, heading out for a round of golf, or simply enjoying a quiet morning on your porch with a cup of coffee. Why focus on this now? Well, hormones shift, skin gets thinner, and sweat glands can start acting differently after menopause or as our metabolism naturally slows. Combine that with the everyday hustle, rushing through a shower before grandkids arrive, wearing that favorite sweater one too many times, or skipping your nighttime oral care when you're too tired. And suddenly, you've got little surprises sneaking up on you. Believe me, I've been there. But here's the uplifting part. Each of these challenges has a simple solution. You don't need expensive creams or a laundry list of products, just thoughtful habits tailored to the rhythms of our more seasoned bodies. Over the next few videos, I'll share practical tips from trusted healthcare professionals, sprinkle in real-life stories, including a few of my own blush-worthy moments, and offer gentle reminders to help you build routines that nourish both body and spirit. In today's introduction, I want to set the stage by celebrating this phase of life. You've earned every laugh line, every hard-earned gray hair, and every moment of wisdom. Think of these tips not as chores, but as tiny acts of self-respect, ways to honor the years you've lived and the years still to come. Whether you split your time between sunny Florida retirement communities, cozy mountain towns, or lively suburbs across the U.S., these insights will fit right into your lifestyle. So grab your favorite comfy chair, maybe a glass of iced tea, and let's get started. By the end of this video series, you'll feel equipped to handle those hidden shower spots, underarm care, bedding routines, and more. All with the confidence of someone who knows that true beauty and freshness comes from self-care every single day. Ready to sparkle? Let's dive in. On part 1, don't overlook those hidden shower spots. Picture this. You step into the shower, turn on the water, and let it wash away the day's dust and worries. You scrub your arms, shoulders, and legs until they feel squeaky clean. Yet somehow, you still miss the places that matter most. As skin thins with age and hormones shift after menopause, moisture tends to gather in folds and creases, the gentle curve beneath your breasts, the undersides of your arms, the backs of your knees, even the small hollow behind each ear. These are the exact spots where bacteria thrive, quietly breaking down sweat into unwanted odors. I learned this the hard way one hot afternoon at my granddaughter's birthday party. I laughed and mingled, then caught a faint but unmistakable scent clinging to me. No matter how far I moved from the buffet table, the smell remained, until I remembered I had rushed my shower that morning and skipped those tucked-away areas. The embarrassment lasted longer than the odor itself. Now, I always begin with a gentle, pH-balanced wash, gliding my soft loofah around every curve and crease. After rinsing, I pat dry each hidden nook, never rubbing, which can irritate mature skin, and leave no dampness behind. A quick dusting of cornstarch-based powder in those same folds keeps me feeling fresh between showers, even on sweltering days. By taking just a few extra moments, you'll step out of the bathroom with complete confidence and without any unwanted surprises. Part 2. Giving your favorite bra the TLC it deserves. We all have that one bra that feels like an old friend, soft, supportive, and oh so comfortable. But as we move through our 60s and beyond, this trusty companion can quietly become a haven for sweat, body oils, and odor-causing bacteria if we wear it too many days in a row. Imagine it. You slip on that familiar undergarment each morning, only to wake up with night sweats or hot flashes that leave the fabric damp without you even noticing. Over time, the moisture and natural skin oils soak into the band and straps, and before you know it, you're carrying around a musty scent no shower can fully erase. It was during a chilly spring day at my local book club in Seattle that I discovered the true cost of bra overindulgence. I donned my softest cotton bra under a cozy sweater, thinking I'd be perfectly fine, and joined my friends for tea and discussion. Halfway through, a dear companion offered a polite compliment, then subtly held her cup farther away from me. At that moment, I realized my well-worn bra had been betraying me all morning. The fabric, once a source of comfort, had become a breeding ground for odors I hadn't even smelled myself. Now, I treat my bras more like delicate linens than everyday basics. I rotate through at least 3 or 4 favorites, giving each one a full breathing period between wears. Washing them by hand in lukewarm water with a gentle detergent has replaced my hurried machine cycles, and I always let them air dry flat, never tumbling, so they keep their shape and elasticity. If I ever wake to discover dampness, I change into a fresh bra before breakfast, hanging the damp one in a well-ventilated spot so it can dry completely. I've even stashed a spare in my car for those unexpected mornings when I've overslept or rushed out the door. By giving our bras this extra attention, we ensure that every garment feels as clean and supportive as the day we bought it. No more embarrassing whispers or awkward glances, just the simple confidence that comes from knowing you've taken care of every layer of your everyday wardrobe. Next time, we'll explore why skipping deodorant in favor of natural solutions might leave you wishing for a little more protection, and how to strike the right balance for the freshest underarms. Stay with me. Part 3. Why natural underarm care can let you down, and how to find the right balance. You might think that skipping deodorant in favor of all natural remedies is the healthiest choice, especially with growing concerns about aluminum and synthetic fragrances. I certainly did. Armed with homemade apple cider vinegar sprays and a few drops of lavender oil, I felt proud to avoid chemicals. But when I showed up to our local summer concert in the park, dancing under the warm California sun, I noticed people giving me a wider berth each time I raised my arms. Those homemade sprays smelled lovely, but they couldn't stop the bacteria in my sweat glands from breaking down into stronger, more persistent odors. An all too humbling lesson in real life. As we move through our 60s, hormonal changes after menopause cause our apocrine glands, concentrated beneath the arms, to produce a thicker, protein-rich perspiration. That richer sweat mingles with the bacteria that live naturally on our skin, and without the barrier of a gentle deodorant, unpleasant scents can develop more quickly than we expect. Thinner, drier skin can make scrubbing harsh antiperspirants tricky, but relying only on soap isn't enough to keep us confidently fresh in social settings like coffee mornings with friends or community center card games. What helped me strike the right balance was choosing a mild, fragrance-free deodorant that neutralizes odor without blocking sweat entirely. I learned to apply it immediately after drying off from my morning shower, giving the product a chance to form a protective layer before bacteria could take hold. On hotter afternoons, I keep a travel-sized stick in my purse for a quick touch-up before heading into the grocery store or meeting a neighbor for lunch. When my skin feels irritated, I patch test a new formula on a small area and give it a day to settle in before full use. Over time, I realized that embracing natural underarm care doesn't mean ditching all products. It means choosing the right ones for my changing body chemistry and making application as routine as brushing my teeth. By giving underarm hygiene the thoughtful attention it deserves, you'll feel free to raise your arms in celebration. Whether you're cheering on grandchildren at a soccer game or simply reaching for the cookie jar, without worrying about any unwelcome reminders. In our next segment, we'll pamper our bedding and show you how fresh sheets can become your secret weapon for a truly restful, rejuvenating night's sleep. Stay tuned. Part 4. Keep your bedding as fresh as your spirit. After a long day of bridge with friends or a leisurely stroll through the rose garden, you deserve a bed that feels like the coziest haven. Yet even the freshest sheets can quietly harbor sweat, natural skin oils, and allergens, which over time can leave you waking up feeling less than revitalized. Night sweats and hot flashes, common after menopause, often leave damp spots on pillows and covers, while our skin's natural turnover increases with age, shedding extra cells that mix with oils to feed dust mites. Add pet dander or pollen that drifts indoors, and your sanctuary can start to feel more like an allergen trap than a restful retreat. One morning in Phoenix, I discovered this the hard way. I awoke with a scratchy throat and itchy skin, only to realize that despite my best efforts, my bedding needed more than a quick shake. A sniff of my pillowcase confirmed it. It was time for a serious laundry refresh rather than a simple sheet swap. From then on, I made it a habit to change pillowcases every few days, especially if I'd applied night creams or had an active evening. Once a week, I treated my sheets and duvet cover to a hot water cycle, adding a dash of white vinegar to the rinse to neutralize any lingering odors and soften the fabric without leaving a trace of vinegar behind. I also switched to 100% cotton and linen sheets, appreciating how they breathe and wick away moisture. Whether I'm bundled under blankets in New England or enjoying balmy Florida evenings, a waterproof mattress protector guards against the inevitable spills and perspiration, and every few months I boost freshness by sprinkling baking soda over the mattress, letting it sit, then vacuuming it away. By treating your bedding with the same loving care you give your favorite armchair, you turn bedtime into a nightly ritual of comfort and cleanliness. Your body and your dreams will thank you. In our next segment, we'll explore the bedtime oral care routine that keeps your smile bright, your breath fresh, and your overall health thriving well into your golden years. Stay with me. Part 5. Treat your nighttime oral care as a ritual. When the day winds down and you finally crawl into bed, it's tempting to skip the full dental routine, especially after an evening spent catching up with friends or watching your favorite show. But over time, those rushed nights can take a toll on your mouth's health and your morning breath. As we age, medications and naturally lower saliva production can leave the mouth dry, turning bedtime into an all-you-can-gnaw buffet for bacteria. Left unchecked, that bacterial feast can lead not only to bad breath, but also to gum irritation, cavities, or even infections that affect overall well-being. I remember a night at my daughter's kitchen table when, despite a thorough dinner and a peppermint tea rinse, I woke up with a sour taste that no coffee could erase. It wasn't until I visited my dentist and sheepishly admitted to skipping floss on late nights that I realized how much those few minutes mattered. My dentist explained that flossing first clears out trapped food and plaque, letting the toothbrush and mouthwash do their job more effectively. Ever since, I light a small candle, switch on soft music, and move through each step, flossing between teeth, brushing gently across every surface, and finishing with an alcohol-free rinse that soothes rather than dries. For friends who wear dentures, I learned that removing them before sleep is just as important. One of my bridge partners discovered the hard way that sleeping in her dentures invited a fungal infection, turning bedtime into a source of discomfort. Now she soaks them overnight in a gentle cleansing solution, ensuring they're fresh for morning smiles. By turning your oral care into a nightly ritual, one you look forward to rather than rush through, you'll wake up with a clean mouth, fresh breath, and the peace of mind that you've done something truly good for yourself. In our next video, we'll explore the surprising power of fresh bedding and why clean sheets can be just as critical to feeling your best each morning. Stay with me. Part 6. Why masking odors with perfume can backfire, and a better approach. For many of us, a quick spritz of our favorite perfume or body mist has long been the go-to trick for feeling instantly refreshed. I must admit, in my 40s, I collected a dazzling array of sparkly sprays, each bottle promising to sweep away any trace of sweat or stress. But as I entered my 60s, I discovered that this habit could actually work against me. On a sunny afternoon at the community garden in Santa Fe, I greeted a friend with a warm hug, only to notice her pulling back slightly. Puzzled, I caught a faint but oddly heavy fragrance that clung more to the scent of old perspiration than the delicate notes of lavender I'd chosen that morning. It turns out that perfume doesn't neutralize the bacteria-driven odor lurking beneath your skin. It simply layers on top. And as our skin becomes thinner and drier with age, it grows more sensitive to the alcohol and additives in many sprays, leaving some of us with irritation, redness, or even an itchy rash. Worse yet, when the underlying odor isn't removed, the mingling of old and new scents can create an unsettling, muddled aroma that's harder to disguise than plain old body odor. Rather than relying on a cloud of fragrance, I learned to address the source of the smell. After my evening shower, I began using a gentle, unscented antibacterial wash on my underarms, groin, and feet, those spots where bacteria thrive most. I followed that with a fragrance-free moisturizer to keep my skin balanced and comfortable, and I saved my essential oils for a single drop on my scarf or a handkerchief, rather than spraying them directly onto sensitive skin. In replacing synthetic sprays with careful cleaning and light natural touches, I felt both fresher and kinder to my skin. Now, when I attend shuffleboard tournaments or volunteer at the local senior center's bake sale, I'm confident that any scent I wear is a subtle highlight, not a mask struggling to hide an underlying problem. In our final chapter, we'll uncover the simplest yet most overlooked secret to lasting freshness: the power of proper hydration and how water can support your body's natural balance. Don't miss it. Part 7. Quenching your way to lasting freshness. By now you've mastered shower secrets, undergarment care, underarm balance, bedding refreshes, and even the art of scent layering. But there's one simple ally we often overlook: water. As we settle into our retirement routines, whether that means morning Tai Chi in the park or cozy afternoons reading on the porch, staying well hydrated is the hidden foundation of health and freshness. I'll admit, I was skeptical when my physician told me that sipping plain water could make such a difference in body odor and skin glow. I'd relied on herbal teas and occasional sparkling water, convinced they counted toward my daily intake. Yet I still noticed that stubborn hint of mustiness by day's end and a dullness to my complexion that no moisturizer could fully erase. A quick set of lab tests confirmed what I'd hoped wasn't true. I was quietly dehydrated. So I set out to treat water like a cherished ritual. Each morning, I fill a tall glass before my coffee and sip deliberately as I watch the sunrise. Midday, I pause between gardening tasks to take measured, cool sips. Even on chilly days in Minnesota, I keep a small pitcher by my favorite chair, reminding myself that each swallow supports my kidneys, balances my skin's natural oils, and keeps saliva flowing to protect against dry mouth discomfort. It wasn't long before I noticed my breath felt cleaner, my skin carried a healthier sheen, and that faint body scent seemed to lift altogether. The beauty of this practice is its simplicity. No special formulas, no extra spending, just the age-old elixir that our bodies were made to love. As you weave these 7 tips into your daily life, you'll discover that true freshness doesn't come from covering up or overcomplicating. It comes from honoring what your body needs most. Here's to raising a glass of water and to celebrating the confident, radiant you in every season of life. Don't forget to share which tip resonates most with you, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more friendly advice designed just for us. Stay hydrated, stay vibrant, and I'll see you in the next video.